Okay, looks like we're live. We're ready to go. I'm excited to kind of start this. One of the things that I've been working on doing is, just getting better at being present, being on, showing what I'm working on, and honestly, for the last, I'd say, it's probably been 5 years, 10 years. I've wanted to work on starting more of a YouTube channel. And one of the things that has been a problem for me as I do that is I get really self-conscious about the way I look and the way I act. And a lot of times I have a lot of thoughts that come through my head, and it doesn't work very well in terms of like getting those from my brain into the microphone and having it sound good. And so then I go back and I listen to what it is that I'm doing, and I just super harshly judge myself. So that's where I'm at. I think that getting online and just streaming what I'm doing just as the everyday side of things is going to help me with the practice that it's going to take to get better at doing YouTube and doing, streaming and things like that. And so this is just going to be available while I do my regular work. And if you have questions, let me know in the comment section down below. One of the things I do want to point out is that I am working on building a community over here. This is Your Digital Toolbox. And what I'm trying to go for in Your Digital Toolbox is there's a lot of small businesses that I work with and that I talk to, and they're very new. They're getting started and they're trying to find what are the tools that are going to help them get more customers and get more leads and get more things happening for them so that they can kind of fulfill their dreams and move forward in that way. And whenever I do work one-on-one for somebody, then, I have to pay the bills and I have to, make things happen. And so it's reasonably expensive for somebody who's very new to get started. And so one of the things that I thought that would be really helpful is if I go through and I have a community of people where we give them the tools to do the work, and then part of the community is a bunch of the videos about, hey, I did this for so-and-so, you can follow what I did and do it for yourself, and then tweak the little things that make sense for you to tweak so that you can do it yourself. And then as you get more customers or clients or things like that, then you can go through and pay me to do more work if you need me to. Anyway, so if you are interested, come join the Your Digital Toolbox school community. Right now, I'm doing a thing where I'm working on getting more people into the school community. And so for the first 25 people, it's totally free to join. We're gonna ramp up the price over time if required. We'll see. We'll play it by ear, it's gonna be exciting and interesting. So, here is the school community that we've been putting together. We've got, quite a few people who have started to join, and I'm hoping to just pour a ton of great value into this community as we continue going. So, like I said, right now, 11 members. So we're like right at the beginning. I think I started this last week. So, I'm going to be doing this right here where we have the live. And so, come build with me. You can click on this. That jumps you over to the live stream, and that's going to be awesome. So what are we working on today? Today, the work that I need to finish is, let's pull over my calendar here for a second. Let's drag my calendar over. Okay, so this is one of my clients is called Ready and Rising, and what they are is a group of ladies who are helping to create some amazing trainings and programs so that people can and they are kind of a religious connection thing. So they do a lot of like connection with God and connection, and working on yourself and things like that. I have a meeting with them a little later, and this is my meeting right here at 2:30. And so I've got a couple hours, and I need to knock out a few more pieces. Specifically, let's see if I can pull this over here. We have our Figma design put together. See if this pulls up. I'm curious if this is going over Wi-Fi, if my stream is going over Wi-Fi. Bear with me if the stream is struggling because I'm practicing, you know? Okay, so I am working on putting together some of these landing pages for, they have a bunch of different coachings. And so I think I'm working on this landing page right here, converting this over into all of their stuff. I'm gonna double check on the stream though and make sure that it's going okay, because over here it says that I am dropping about 1 in 4 frames. So let me see if I can fix that. Let's see if I wonder if I okay. I hope that that's fixed that issue. So basically my network was going over the Wi-Fi instead of over my LAN. And obviously we know that your LAN connection is going to be just a lot stronger. So yeah, now I've got 0 dropped frames as opposed to it's like a quarter of the frames were being dropped. So I should probably just start over because, you know, that was probably not very enjoyable for everyone. Okay, so one of the things that I've been struggling with is I've been wanting to like continue developing or you know, work on building a YouTube channel for a long time now. And it's probably been about a decade, and I've put a couple of videos out here every so often, but one of the things that has happened for me is I pretty harshly judge myself on, you know, I'm gauging the content that I watch on YouTube, and I watch a fair amount of YouTube content, but I watch myself quite frequently, and I'm sorry, I watch other people, and then I create content, and I'm not nearly as practiced as a lot of other people are. And so it becomes this judgment that I have on myself that, hey, your content is not nearly as good as other people's content. And so one of the things that I'm going to be working on doing, one of my skill tree things that I want to improve on, is just streaming more often and like giving up that that judgment that says, hey, that's not even good enough to post. Because what's happening for me is that judgment is preventing me from practicing so that I can get better. Does that make sense? Like right now, I'm making cringe stuff, and that's okay because it's letting me practice. So what I wanted to do though is this last week I decided that I'm starting a school community, and I don't know if you've watched, if you're familiar with Alex Hormozi, but he did some really interesting things. He launched this 100 Million Models book, and so one of those pieces is he offers a school community with that for a couple months. Now I had started my school community before that, but it was, but it's kind of just one of those like things of like, hey, go get started on your school community. And so I'm focusing on building a school community. And if you are interested, if you're a small business and you want help with doing more marketing, building websites, getting your company seen more, we're going to be going through and doing trainings and lives. And I've opened up some time every day basically to work with people in the community. If you're in the community, you can schedule some of my time and we can work on your stuff together. And so that's one of those pieces that I wanted to do. But also, if you're in the community, I wanted to give away a Go High Level account for free. And normally you would be paying $100 a month to go high level to do that. But because I'm an agency, I have the capability of giving those away for people who are in my community. So I've been inviting people to join, and the price will go up at some point because there is a real cost to managing a bunch of people using Go High Level and things like that. But right at the moment, this is a free, I'm doing this for free for the first 25 people to join my community. So come over, join the community. Like I said, right now it's free for the first 25 people. Right now I'm at 11 members. So there's a couple spots left. That's 14 spots left for free. And then we're going to be bumping it up to $25 a month. So come join the community, come ask your questions, come schedule some time with me so we can, for free, 100% free, go through and work with you on building your community. Today, let's go over some of the things that I want to work on today. So if I check out my calendar over here, I have got a meeting with the Ready and Rising group, and they have a couple of they have 4 or 5 different courses that they are putting together for their community and for people that that they are working with. And it's kind of a religious group. They bring in a lot of things about God and things like that for how to get past your traumas and other things like that. So, good people to check out and see what they're doing as well. We're going to be going through and working on actually just building out a couple of their pages. So, this is the page I'm working on right at the moment. This is, one of their landing pages for their level 4 course. And so I'm going to be flipping back and forth between this and between the WordPress page that we're working on. So right here. So, I just finished the level 3 about page. And so I copied that and pasted that over here. We're going to go through and just work on updating everything to be for this one for level 4. Okay, so, and what I just did, I grabbed the color code over here from this, and this isn't exactly a one-to-one copy, just because it got put into a slightly different place than we were expecting when we first did the designs for this. But I went through and I've just barely added this color down. So we come over to style. I just added this color into this level 4 right here. So we're going to be using that color throughout this page. Okay, and so I think I already copied this one. Embrace unobstructed life, and it does need to be just slightly smaller probably. Okay, and what I'm working on next is for squashing images. One of those pieces that's really important in web development is making sure images aren't too big. So I'm just going to go through this process that that I use. The first step is all of these images are, quite a bit bigger than they need to be for web development specifically. They see, it doesn't look like it's going to give me more information on it directly, but so the way that I go through and do this is I'm going to grab the whole, I'm using preview obviously, and I'm going to come down here to adjust size, and actually for this one I don't need the whole image, the whole vertical image. I need the more of the landscape version. And so that's kind of what they've done here, is they've got this landscape version. So it looks like I've got a little bit to the top of the peak there, and it looks like a little bit below the peak in this one. So go like this. Probably doesn't need to be quite that tall. About like that. Control K is going to crop it, but then also I still want to adjust the size, and what I try and do is I try and have the biggest width, whatever, if I'm doing a vertical photo or a horizontal photo, I try and do 1920. That's HD, 1920 by 1080 is HD for most things. And that way, like, that reduces the size by like physically removing out pixels that aren't really going to be needed in the future. If you have other comments on how you would recommend reducing the size, let me know. Okay, so that's the first step though. The first step is to remove our size, or reduce our size there. We're going to do this the other way. And then the second step that I go through is I squash all of the images using this software called Squash. And I want to change it into a WebP, and I want it to be a lossy format. Quality 60% is fine for me. Now, you might say, like, you can do the resizing right here. Well, it costs money to do the resizing, so I just do resizing in the other one. And then, and I don't always, like, there's a lot of times when I will spend money, but in this instance, it seems like it's easy enough to just use just the formatter and use lossy and drop it by some quality there. So, and then that's going to put that into my squash folder. And this is a mountain image. Let's see. Lake. Mountain lake. Okay, I'm gonna bring this over into my other window just so that I can still work with it over there. All right, so that's Figma. We're gonna drop this. We're gonna switch out the image here. Mountain lake, where did I put it? It didn't get put in here. Let's try it again. Oh, maybe I closed it too quickly. That is one of those things that I keep doing for some reason, is I keep closing Squash before it's actually squashed the image. Okay, sticking this into squashed mountain lake. I have to wait for this to actually finish before I close it. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. So let's look at what we got to do next. So that's there. Level 4, resolving and removing. It does need to be just a little bigger, it looks like. Okay, there's not quite enough contrast here, so I'm going to make sure that the background overlay is just a little darker. The opacity, just so that you can see that a little better. Okay, cool. Okay, class details. So let's, interesting. And all the other ones, this color was the same as this color. Let's see if that still works for this. Okay, yeah, I already did that. Level 3 certification. This is level 4. I think I already copied these in here. Yep, I did. Okay. Okay, same thing we're going to be doing with this photo here, basically going through the same process. Okay, so that opened up on my other screen. Open with preview. So it does need an overlay, but it doesn't need to be a white one. It probably needs to be a dark one. That was better. We'll see how they feel about that. Let's see. Okay, in level 4. Okay, so we need to do this. And if you notice, the font is a little off. We're working on getting the font fixed. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And it is still explore. Okay, great. And then this one needs to be adjusted. Gain a deeper understanding of. Okay, so these two need to be adjusted. What was the word? Gain. So I'm going to have to do 2 of those. Duplicate that. Gain. Oops. Okay. So let's go over to the navigator to take a look at how this needs to be organized. We're going to go like this. Okay, and so then this one needs to go at the bottom. What is it? Understanding of, but there's no capital. Okay, so to do this, what we're going to need to do is add a little bit of padding past a couple of these pieces. So that would be the right padding here. And then we're going to have to fix this for the other mobile and tablet versions. Okay. It is interesting when you get kind of some of this frilly stuff. Actually, this doesn't need a top margin. This one does, though. That's close. Okay, now let's see. Okay, I feel like there needs to be a bigger margin around everything. I'm sorry, padding. Padding around everything on this one. Looks a lot better. We need to fix or get the image. So these are just like clouds in the background. Fluffy clouds. We're gonna have to change the color, aren't we? Just organizing the windows on this other window here. Fluffy clouds, this one. Okay, so they have a dark text. Is that... I don't know if this is a color we've already used before, but... So in this one, remove the background overlay, and then adjust all of these styles. Color... What is it again? It's 781 is the ending. It doesn't look like we've used that one before. So go ahead and add it for the moment. Back to editor. Oh my goodness. Just kidding. I'll just do it. Okay. I think this stays the same. And I'm just being consistent. This one section, it was inconsistent across the different pieces. So I'm just being consistent and leaving it here as opposed to it got put up here in half of them. And I needed a little break between the two of them. So anyway, we're going that way. Okay, retreat location is the same, although I think the color is slightly off. It is style, gradient, paste, and then the middle one. Level 4. We'll go through and add all of the links when we're finished, and we have them all. Questions. Oh, the register now is the orange. The questions is the one that is this one. Okay. Lovely. Glad we've got that done. Okay. Let's move on to level 5. Oh, just kidding. Level 5 about page. Okay, so I've grabbed this color here. This seems like it's the kind of the main page color for this. Oh, that's different. We can do that. It will be different, but okay. Global colors. Oh. Undo. Wrong button. Three-day percentage cheat. I'll have to check on this and see if that is the same as all the other ones or what. Level 4 certification. And heart-centered connection. Bold. Self-discovery and spiritual growth. Okay. There is that one. Download this guy. I forgot that we were listening to music. And let's see. Where did it go? All right, everybody. Let's put it over here. Stream Beats. Fantastic for streaming because you're not going to get taken down. It's going to be great, right? Let's play this. Stay focused, you know? It's important. Where are we at? I don't remember if I exported this. Cosmere. Call that the Cosmere. Into is what breaks on into. Is that the way it is? There's some. I could probably do that with having two lines, but we'll call that good. Okay, so there's that. Got the take the class button. Class details. This price is different on this one. Staffing only. 385. Okay, yeah, I mean, it has the right here, they talk about this 3-day thing is the same as this right here. 3-day in-person retreat, though. Again, all this is going to get proofread and double-checked by their team. Okay, so the way I'm doing this one right here, this section is they want the one checkbox with followed by an unordered list. So to do that, I've got my text editor over here, and let's see if I can switch to my text editor. This is what I was doing before with the other one. So I'm going to paste that in there. Okay, so the first one is there's a break here, and then for this one is unordered list, and okay, we'll switch that to a regular quote. Perfect. Copilot to the rescue. Okay, so I'm just going to grab all of this HTML and we're going to drop that into this spot right there. And yeah, that looks like it'll work. Okay. Let me switch back. And make sure I switch back so you can see where I'm seeing, right? Okay, so here's this one. Here's how it fell out in the actual page. Next, we're working on this photo here. It's got a long file name. This is already little. Okay, well, then we'll just squash it. Hopefully that one didn't get squashed too much. Okay. Oh, wow. It's a very tall image. Do I want to do that one? Okay, we're going to go from the bottom where it kind of comes in right here up to kind of up there. Come here, puppy. Oh, yeah. Hi. Hi, puppy. I wonder if that's Squash that makes that noise. This is Cosmere. Oh. Okay. Where were we at? Let's see. Did I copy that? Nope. That's not been copied. Paste. Amanda. Oh, come on. This one probably can lose the background overlay. It's dark enough. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then we need to switch the... And it has some amount of opacity. Okay, so this is definitely different. I mean, a little bit. I need to get the photo from back here. This one? Yeah, this is the photo. Okay, so it's already small. Okay, so this one's a little different in that it's got this like yellow border around it. It's this color. Okay, so that would be just white text. So this really needs to come into this right here. So I think this is the one, this is what's going to have the border. So border type solid. Border color, is it that accent color? Border width 1. Is it 1? Border 2. 2px. Pixels. Okay, let's adjust all of the colors here for a second. White. Text color is white. Okay, and then also this needs to have the background 70%. Background type is classic with this. Is that working? I feel like it needs to be little thicker. Maybe there's just a background overlay over this guy. Okay, well, we'll keep working on it. Switch out the text. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, interesting. They switched the columns. So we're gonna just do reversed like that. But it needs to be a little. I'll probably need to. These super stylized, they look cool, but they're a little difficult to do on a web page. As an ambassador, you will. Okay, so I want to show you how I do these. It comes back to this over here, and honestly, it's mostly just, you know, using ChatGPT, but to like actually do it. But you can see an example right here. There's a paragraph, so you have the first color that is ultimately first, you know, thing that pulls on the Elementor colors and styles, and then you're going to make a span, and then that span has whatever additional styles that you want, and then you close the span. And so, for example, in this one right here, as an ambassador, and well, let's switch out the quote. You know, sometimes it is just easier to copy and paste than to use the AI, especially for little things like this. But we don't need the font family in this one. We do need a font size. Actually, no, because it's all the same. The font size is only important when there's a difference in the font types, and so you have to have one to be a different size to make it look like they're the same size. Anyway, come back over here. I'm gonna duplicate this guy. And then center aligned, typography, secondary. Yes. Well, I believe it's secondary. They're going to be adjusting the fonts later. And then this is explore, and they've got this like arrow. It's an SVG. I'm gonna bring my code over here so that I don't forget to switch over. Gonna make this a little smaller. Okay. We'll make sure we go through all of these later. Okay, so these are white. Oh, this is different words. integrator. Oh, it is similar. White. Did that work? Don't think that worked. Come on. Oh, it's outside of the box. This photo looks better, so I'm gonna leave that unless they want me to switch it. Okay. Okay. I think if we take a look, all of those pages are finished now. And so now we just need to add them to each of the group pages. So if we jump over to readyandrising.com/groups. Okay, so I finished level 1, so let's jump into level 2. Just going to manage this group. This is one of those things that I put together for this. This site is using BuddyBoss as the group management here, and one of the things that I don't like that BuddyBoss does is they don't have a really good way to add additional tabs up here across the top, and so I went through, I added that. And so I'll show you kind of how that works, right? So you come over here under the manage. If you're an admin, you can manage it. Coming down to the custom tabs here, I'm going to click on add tab. So that adds a new tab here, and I'm going to name it about. This is going to be about. And then the type, we're going to just choose, this is going to be a saved section. So we were just working on is all those saved sections. And this is level 2 about page. Anyone can see this. I'm going to save those changes. Okay, and what is the default tab? I think it's just going to be left at as the default, but that one's changed, so we're good. Jump over to groups. And let's do level 3. Manage. I guess that makes sense.
Do you have a computer that I could Roblox on that I could move?
Say what?
I want to have a computer that I can move.
Like a laptop?
Yeah.
I don't have a laptop right now for you on that one. You can use any of those desktops over there.
I want to do a show and do the thing. Do the Whoa! I'm next to the TV.
How are you doing on how are you doing on your learning? Okay, I'm going to grab the next step button link here. That's going to go into all of these link locations. Well, that's broken. Okay, well. This is so freaking huge. I wonder if it's going based off of like default stuff. Inspect. There we are. Text. There we go. Where is this getting set from? Heading, subheading. Hmm. Oh, that's right. This is a. I just switched this to public. That's why